So my guy Josh Ruben just recently on his Instagram said, "I'm so proud of A Wounded Fawn." As you should be, sir. This was a good one. I sorted it out. Can't wait to talk about it. Let's jump into my review of that film right now. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the new film A Wounded Fawn, which made its world premiere at this year's Tribeca Film Festival 2022. And fear not, folks, it has already been picked up by Shudder, so keep an eye out for this film to be coming out really soon. But yeah, this film, I sorted it out. Saw my guy Josh was in it, and no bias. He's a good person, and I've talked to him a few times, but no bias. But he was really fantastic in this one. His performance was next level. But also is directed by Travis Stevens, who's done Jacob's Wife, which I recently saw, which I also think is a really good film. So I'm like, okay. Then you have Sarah Lynn and Malin Barr. So I'm like, okay, I'm really liking this cast. I'm really liking the crew. I think this is going to be good. And anytime Shudder sorts of picks up something pretty early, you start to think, okay. So yes, now that I got a chance to check it out, well, this was special. And simply put, like the plot of this one is really put. You have Bruce, who is just a predator. he's an impulsive serial killer where he goes out on these dates with women and he comes off like a nice guy, but he ends up murdering them, and he gets off to that. You know, that arouses him and whatnot. But in one of his more last dates, he kind of bit off more than he bargained for. So that's the premise of this. I won't spoil it too much, but yeah. But I will say that, you know, this film is simply a film of revenge. You have folks who are these victims who are seeking retaliation in the form of punishment and reclaiming their power by, in one way, shape, or form, haunting Bruce currently, giving him all sorts of different things, sort of hallucinations, sort like I said, punishment, and torture, sort of say, and all sorts of just other crazy things kind of happening around him. So, you know, you got that kind of going on here. But, you know, this film gives you that really classic 80s horror film and that aesthetic, which I'm such a sucker for. Like, I always have a soft spot for it. But like, it also does a lot of really good things. One, I think that it's super chilling. The sound is really good. You know, like, it makes your hairs on your arm raise up. And then you have these sort of distorted voices kind of happening. The sound is really good. And even the score, how it's kind of intertwined and all of that, really makes it all work. The cinematography, but more or less the visuals itself, because the imagery, it starts to kind of become mind-bending to you. Really creepy, to the point that your mind may even start to go certain places and whatnot. So I really was digging that. The costume design was really good. And the special effects, there's a scene where like a hand is coming out of a head. It's really good. The makeup people got their money's worth in this. So the SFX folks really did a good job. And then Josh as your lead is Bruce. I mean, Josh is just fantastic. I think that the one thing I always attest to his performances is just how he emotes. Like, he gives you endless emotions and expressions just in his face, no words. You just start to either feel what he's feeling or whatever it may be, but like, he just does a really good job in really connecting with the audience in one way, shape, or form. You know, whether you see him as the good guy or whether you see him as this serial killer in this, like, you're connecting with him because you're seeing that, like, this dread that he's enduring, and also sort of this conniving instinctual predator aspect of him as well too. And like, you see all of this just in facial expressions. Like, you just be like, yeah, I'm not trusting that guy. Then he's like, yeah, he deserves that. So But yeah, like I said, all the sins of his past are catching up to him, and all those crimes he committed, and now he's living these nightmares, these visual nightmares, and so on. As I said, the victims are seeking retaliation in the form of punishment, and they're looking to reclaim their power. So, you know, even with this whole serial killer aspect, I mean, it does hit on basic classic tropes and whatnot. I mean, like, again, being aroused by the act of murdering somebody, you know, all of those sorts of things. So, like, it's truly a classic 80s film feel, popcorn feel like that. But, you know, obviously because it's not the 80s, certain aspects of it are modern, but it just all works. And I think it's just, and another thing, I think you can also, you know, Travis and Josh's appreciation for that era of horror is why they, you know, kind of paying homage to it as well too, but still telling sort of a uniquely styled story. This almost comes off a little bit like experimental, because there's certain parts of this film that are truly unique, that did kind of set out apart from other films that I've seen. So, like, you know, I like it. I really did like it. But like I said, yeah, oh, and the last thing, you want to keep your eyes glued, because there's some looming and lurking jump scares in the background, in the shadows. So you want to keep your eyes glued for certain things that may come about. So, but yeah, overall, this film I had a good time with. It's an hour and a half. It was a breeze to get through, but man, every moment of it, something was happening, and you want to stay through the credits, because you're going to get a treat from Josh. You're going to see him just put the icing of the cake on his performance in this, you know. So, but yeah, check out A Wounded Fawn, again making his world premiere this year at Tribeca Film Festival, soon to be on Shudder. Let me know when you do. Jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts about it. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.